Really, was anyone caught off guard by this? I mean, to be completely honest, we were all putting way too much faith into YouTube to do the right thing here. But if you hadn't heard the news, yesterday, the Act Man posted on his Twitter the response that YouTube gave to him in regards to the whole situation with QuantumTV that's been going on the last 3 months now, which is actually insane because this is the internet we're talking about. And long story short, it wasn't a good one. Basically, what YouTube said was, "Deal with it, idiot," and called it a day. I'll read you their response to him, but just strap in because it's actually fucking pathetic. "Hi, Act Man. I understand the urgency and appreciate your patience while our specialist team conducted a thorough review of the content you shared with us. After thoroughly reviewing the additional YouTube links you sent to us, our specialist team did not find any violations of our community guidelines. Regarding your claims of abusive takedown requests, I can also confirm that our copyright team reviewed all of the details you provided and determined there were no violations. The copyright submissions made by the other creator were valid, and though they may have been rejected, they were considered a fair request for review. In line with our copyright policy, whenever a copyright submission is accepted, we give the affected party a chance to submit a counter notification. I understand if this is not the outcome you were looking for, but I want to reiterate that our specialist team has investigated the claims you shared and our decision stands. If you would like to schedule a phone call to share additional feedback about your experience on YouTube, then please let me know. But note that our phone call discussion will not change our decision as outlined above." Yeah, so basically they just told him to go fuck yourself and called it a day. I'd be very much willing to bet that they didn't even look into this shit at all, because people with the bare minimum of research on this situation, who have maybe just watched Critical's video on it and called it a day, are smart enough to realize how fucked up QuantumTV is. There's enough shit on this guy that I was able to make a whole hour and 40-minute documentary on this fucker, breaking down every little thing he did wrong. And then they try to say he didn't break TOS at all? The fuck? So the one time he by definition harassed the Act Man and called his mom to make him uncomfortable, I guess just never happened? Or all the hate speech we found on his Twitter and found evidence proving that it was him? Or how could I forget the false copyright strike that started all this shit? Yeah, no, fuck all that. They try to justify the whole copyright thing with it was a fair request for review. What? I'm sorry, what about it was fair? A 30-second Google search on fair use will tell you that commentary videos like the one Quantum tried to strike down are absolutely fair use. If Quantum wanted to go striking people down without research and got banned because of it, that's his own damn problem. So I guess what it's trying to say is that you can go attempt to strike literally every single person who uses your content and scare them into taking their shit down on you, and as long as those strikes don't fully go through, you're good? That is literally some of the biggest amount of bullshit I've ever seen on YouTube, I swear to God. Quantum didn't even submit a fucking link to his copyrighted video and even titled his own damn video wrong, yet they're calling it a fair request for a review. Holy shit. And the last paragraph is just really funny to me. Basically, it just says, "You can call us to discuss this with us, but literally anything you say now won't change our decision." So let's say even more undeniable proof came out about Quantum breaking TOS, yet he still can't get banned because YouTube's too damn lazy to look into it. All of this just proves one thing that people have been saying for years at this point. YouTube does not give a single fuck about its creators, or really even its users at this point too, if I'm being honest. And them letting shitbags like QuantumTV stay on the platform proves this even further. You have millions of people yelling at you to your face, "Get this guy the fuck off the platform," with piles upon piles of evidence of him breaking community guidelines, yet nothing fucking happens. YouTube cares so little about the situation that the fucking users had to do their own job for them and monitor their own damn site to get this fucker banned by sending any screenshots of or anything else of him breaking community guidelines, and they still don't want to listen. It's fucking bullshit. Of course, Quantum is gonna try to use this against everyone to say that he was in the right for falsely copyright striking people. And wouldn't you know it, as I was finishing up this video, Quantum absolutely did do this. Again, like I've said in a shit ton of other videos, fucking profit. So enough talking and let's see what YouTube has shat out today.
Over the last few months, I've been getting slandered and maliciously attacked by the audience of Review Tech USA.
I missed the part where that's my problem.
I've said it before and I'll say it again. That has literally nothing to do with us and we have no control over our audiences.
The Act Man, Mischief, and a few other YouTubers who wanted to run with the line, QuantumTV is a copyright abuser.
Bro, how is this even a discussion anymore? We have screenshots of you falsely making a copyright claim where you didn't even put the fucking link and you titled your own video wrong. Holy shit.
They've really been playing heavy into that, and today, YouTube has vindicated QuantumTV Now, they won't come out and directly say that they were wrong and they completely created this slander campaign because they didn't like being told no. But that's exactly what happened, and I'm glad that YouTube finally did the right thing for once. And if we read what YouTube says directly, the most important thing is, after reviewing additional YouTube links that you sent us, our specialist team did not find any violations of our community guidelines standards. So basically, all that talk of all those other things that you claim that I've done, you're wrong.
No, we're not wrong about it. It either A, doesn't specifically break YouTube's TOS, or B, was deleted, which YouTube said in the email they don't want to take your deleted stuff into account, which by the way is bullshit on their end, because I've gotten strikes for deleted shit in the past.
Remember when I told you all in the beginning, watch YouTube tell you what I already know? There's a reason I've been so confident this entire time, and it's because I genuinely have proof that I A, was hacked, B, did disavow those tweets.
Then where the fuck is this proof? Holy shit, this entire time you could have just avoided all this shit if you would have shown the fucking proof. God damn.
And also, in addition to that, I don't think you guys know this, YouTube doesn't mediate for off-platform stuff.
Yes, they do. That's why EDP and 8 Thoughts got banned.
So if you have a problem with me, you need to take it up with like Reddit, Discord. They can't be responsible for what happens on other people's platform, right? That also is a thing. But in addition to that, like, there's so much proof on my end that I refused to show you all because I knew how you would take it.
Oh, bullshit. You haven't shown us this proof because it doesn't fucking exist.
And I tested you all. I put out a little bit of truth here and there. I released a phone call. Me talking to the act man, being sweet as pumpkin pie to the mother. Calling her ma'am, saying, would you please put me in contact with him? I mean no malice.
Yeah, but you still called her when you had a perfectly fine way of contacting the act man through Discord. So how else are we supposed to take you calling his mom for? Let me get this straight. You called his mom to put you in contact with the act man when you already had been messaging him on Discord for at least a week at that point? What the fuck?
I was genuinely trying to work things out. And you know what they did? They twisted it and said, veiled threats of violence and doxing, and I can confirm Quantum is threatening my mother. I would love to know what threats I made specifically, number one. And number two, if you genuinely felt like I was threatening you, why didn't you call the police? Why aren't the police involved? I've challenged you multiple times to call the police, and you haven't because you lied, because you were embarrassed that I called your mother.
Why would he be embarrassed of you calling his mom? He specifically said it in Discord that he doesn't want to talk about it because he doesn't want people knowing they can get her information. And he probably has already called the police on you, just doesn't want to make it public because he doesn't want even more personal information getting out there.
Now, some people might be watching and be like, why'd you even call this mother in the first place? This is a dispute between two men. If you saw other videos I've uploaded, I was receiving all kinds of death threats, black people hanging from trees off of nooses, and a litany of racist crap because of his videos, and they were all in the name of Actman. Now, I tried to reach out to him because surely no person can be this depraved. He surely doesn't know his audience is doing this, but he does know. Because upon finding that out, not only did him and Mischief just kind of allude to the fact that, oh, he could be sending this to himself with their attitudes and their behavior, but it's just kind of like twisting everything even further.
So again, Quantum, let me get this crystal fucking clear. You contacted Actman, he isn't listening to you. So then you go out and reach to his mother for his contact when you already have it, and reaching out to him according to you hasn't worked? What the fuck did you think? The Actman has like some double personality disorder? So if reaching out to one Actman didn't work, you called his mom to find the other Actman personality, whatever the fuck? Honestly, I like my excuse with the hot MILFs way fucking better than the story you put up, but that's just me.
Which let me know that no matter what I said, this was going to constantly turn into paint him as the bad guy. So I didn't even try.
And we don't even need to try to paint you as the bad guy anymore at this point.
If you're gonna constantly say whatever you want, I know the truth, and when an unbiased party steps in, I know justice would be done. And that's exactly what happened here.
No, YouTube's just fucking lazy.
Let me tell you what YouTube said. All that smoke that Mischief pumped up every single one of you guys' asses, talking about Quantum's a copyright abuser, YouTube in writing told you that you're wrong.
No, they didn't. They said the request was fair, which nobody knows what the fuck that means. But if we were wrong, they would have let the strike go through and Actman's video would be gone.
You would think they'd be like, I apologize, I was wrong. I genuinely thought, man, I thought he actually copyright abused, but he didn't. So to be fair, YouTube has spoken, they investigated, so I'll let it go.
We would if we had proof other than YouTube's word on saying they did a thorough investigation, but YouTube has literally been known for not doing thorough investigations in the past.
They can't let it go. So they're all making their videos now, and they'll continue to make their rounds and all that fucking crazy crap. But what gets me is like Actman basically goes full on Karen, saying like, I want to speak to your manager, Google, for the most part.
And you didn't do the same, crying like a little bitch about harassment and people stealing your videos and shit when this started?
In this response on Twitter where he goes, I'm going to use YouTube's own guidelines and throw the book at them. I did my homework, and there can be no misinterpretation of the facts. He has to be banned, otherwise this sets a terrifying precedent. A terrifying precedent that you can't just snap your fingers, point YouTube in the direction of somebody you want to destroy, and they, what, oblige? They give you your fake cancel culture? They give in to you being hateful because you feel like the world revolves around you. You feel like someone needs to answer to every little talking point you have.
No, the entire internet unanimously thinks you're a fucked up human being and need to get the fuck off the platform. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less.
Look at my uploads until this video. They're all about my tech stuff because I genuinely don't care. You can say what you want. It's your freedom of speech on the platform, but also...
Unless you're using your freedom of speech in my comments, bitch.
I didn't do anything and I know I'm good, so I'm confident in just making my videos and doing what I do with my community. Now, again, I don't know you guys from Adam. You guys don't know me from Adam, so please stop pretending to know me and know what I'm all about. Like, you know, this bullshit you did where you said I threatened your mother with doxing and violence, that was malicious as shit.
You calling his mother to quote-unquote get in contact with him was malicious as shit. So I think it kinda evens out.
Not realizing I'm legitimately the victim of both identity theft and I'm the victim of being hacked on multiple accounts. You wouldn't know this because you're not me, and I don't have to share that kind of personal information with you because you feel like you're important. You're just some guy on YouTube, like, okay?
Yeah, but you say we're slandering you and you ask us to stop, but you never want to show us the proof that what we're saying is slander. We're not just gonna fucking take your word for it, especially after the last 3 months.
You're nobody, you're nothing, right? Like, it's weird. And this idea that, you know, keeps getting propagated by Review Tech USA and all these other people, even though I've shown proof that my other channel was never ban evading.
So I'm gonna be totally honest, I kinda jumped ship from the QuantumTV situation after I dropped the feature-length movie on this fucker, cause again, I was just tired of this shit plus finals, but apparently he proved that he had never gotten banned by using a video from 4 years ago, which was titled Giving a Shout Out to Quantum Apotheosis channel. Now, what was really fucking funny to me about this shit is that this video that he used to clear his name of ban evading was literally the exact same video I used to prove that he was ban evading. Because when you would click the link bringing up his old channel, it would bring you to a screen that said this user has been terminated for violating YouTube's terms of service. So I'm willing to guess that the person who runs the channel is in close contact with Quantum and changed the link. Because if you've watched my streams on this guy before, you've seen me open up that link several times. There's a conversation in our Great Value Avengers group chat of Actman using archives to prove this wrong too. So if anything, Quantum has just confirmed even more that he was ban evading.
They ignore that entirely, refuse to cover the direct link on Mr. 4K Upscaler's channel proving it. They don't care about that.
We sure as hell do now.
They also continue with this notion of like, he said horrible, heinous things. Take every single thing I say out of context. And again, that's what this is about. You're creating a villain for the sake of creating a villain, and you're leaving no room for balanced and open dialogue.
You have done that yourself.
But there's one mistake, one flaw, one weak spot in the armor of your plan. You didn't anticipate there being a fair and balanced party to step in with a fresh pair of eyes, look at all the evidence on the table, not just from you, but also from me, and then say, hey, listen, we've looked into this entire situation, and you're actually wrong, like really wrong about this guy. Like, you're really wrong.
No, not even a minute ago, we just proved that you were covering your ass to avoid getting banned again.
And again, upon hearing that, none of these guys that are making these slanderous videos are handling it well at all. They're just, this is a dark day for YouTube when these kinds of people get to stay on the platform. I mean, YouTube doesn't enforce their own policies, but they do. And they're telling you based off of their investigation on their policies that I've done nothing wrong because I did nothing wrong. But now, if the roles were reversed and you would have gotten your way and I would have gotten terminated, you would have championed YouTube did the right thing, and you would have boasted and you would have said, Quantum got what he deserved, I took him down. You would have been the worst person about it.
I mean, he's right, we probably would be celebrating it and shit, but we'd probably still throw some shade at YouTube saying something like, it took us to do your job for you to get him banned, or YouTube finally does something good for once, or it took them long enough. Like, again, YouTube's moderation team, I'm genuinely convinced is run by disabled monkeys.
But here I am just literally, even now that I know, like, you lost, I'm not here antagonizing or taunting you. I'm here literally just saying,
bro, yes the fuck you are. Don't even lie right there. Holy shit.
hey, listen, what y'all did was some total bullshit. You labeled me a copyright abuser because I used YouTube's tools correctly, which YouTube now confirms there was no abuse, okay? I mean, fuck. I mean, I could go down every list of every talking point, and there's no point in doing that. I think, personally, as creators, you should reinvent yourself. Do something fun. If you want to be a tech reviewer, review tech. If you want to do gaming, do gaming. Don't be toxic like this. This isn't healthy or normal.
But it is funny, and that's why we do it.
Now, one last thing I want to touch on. Review Tech USA loves to say things like, oh, he calls me a pedo, and it's not, oh, it's slander. I arrived at that conclusion after you saying you are a fan of a guy who says the age of consent should be lower for children.
Oh my god, shut up. We went through this like, what, 2 months ago at this point? Oh my god, I'm gonna fucking cry. Nobody even cares anymore that you called Review Tech a pedo. Just leave it alone.
And then goes on video and says that child pornography should be legalized to be 100% ethically consistent because we have slave labor and all this other outlandish stuff. And then you all defend it saying it was an edgy take. You guys have a nasty habit when your boys and your friends get caught doing crap like mischief with the George Floyd post.
Bro, how is that shit bad? He made an edgy joke which he literally disavowed, which even if he didn't, it would be fine because it was a fucking joke. Not to mention you keep bringing up his age and how he's a kid, so treat him like a kid.
With like, Act Man with this racist stuff that he's posted online, all these slurs and telling people to kill themselves and all that stuff. You guys have a really nasty habit, Review Tech USA using slurs, of saying, I apologized and Quantum hasn't, and that's the difference. You have a really bad habit of doing that because, again, after an investigation, YouTube getting all the facts about those claims that you made against me, they've proven, though, that I didn't do any of that stuff that you're claiming. So, make your videos, have your fun, keep being jerks if you want, but like, I genuinely think it's unhealthy at this point. You guys should let it go.
The only reason we haven't is because you don't shut the fuck up.
Move on and just be creators. Like, you're making the platform a terrible place for others with this kind of cancel culture move, and I'm glad YouTube saw right through it. Hey, if you want to follow all my videos and you want to watch everything I do, hey, enjoy the TV content. Peace.
So yeah, if I haven't made it any clearer, I am so fucking burnt out on QuantumTV. It has been 3 straight months of QuantumTV, and I just want to put this shit to bed, even if it takes taking an L to do that. This entire situation is probably going to make copyright abuse on YouTube even worse than it already is, because people are going to think to themselves, hey, if Quantum can get away with copyright abuse, maybe I can too. And as someone who's literally been a victim of this shit from back in October, that's depressing as shit to hear. The fact that if they wanted to, some random person can destroy someone's entire career on YouTube for completely false reasons and get away with it absolutely baffles me. And then YouTube goes around and bans people like Leafy for a reason we still don't even know, like 2 years later. They wasted no time at all to ban people like EDP after he got caught for being a pedophile, or Leafy for, again, I don't even know, but I know he got banned a second time for ban evading. But for some reason, they refuse to look into QuantumTV's situation at all. They have access to all of his deleted videos, because even if something gets deleted, it's still safe for YouTube to review it if they want to. So if I were to put my money on anything of why they refuse to axe Quantum, it's just laziness. Because anyone will tell you that QuantumTV is fucking insane and needs to be banned off the platform. But again, honestly, I don't even care anymore. At this point, I've just learned to ignore Quantum and let his channel die off in peace. All this shit has caused a big enough storm that nobody wants to touch QuantumTV's channel with a 10-foot pole, unless it's to just dislike his videos. So again, I really don't even care. All this has shown was just YouTube's pure hypocrisy when it comes to monitoring their site. And that's why I don't plan on being here long, because let's face it, from how they treated Leafy, YouTube isn't too fond of my type of content. And again, they don't care. Not about the creators and not about you. They care about money, which I guess is fair, but still, they know nobody wants to go anywhere else, because they know there's no other site that's this popular aside from maybe TikTok, but TikTok doesn't pay their creators shit. And not to mention, TikTok has its own massive list of problems. If you're pissed about this Quantum shit, honestly, I'd say to just leave it alone at this point. The hate clicks we get him are still hate clicks he's getting, and that translates out to more profit that he's getting from this shit. Plus, I'm sure I'm not the only one who's just sick and tired of hearing about QuantumTV, and since YouTube doesn't want to ban him, the only thing left to do is ignore him. This hopefully is going to be my last video on Quantum, unless either A, by some miracle, YouTube wants to listen to its users for once and axe this fucker, or B, Quantum does something somehow even more insane than what he's already done in the last 3 months. So as always, thank you all for watching. If you liked the video, leave a like, subscribe, join my Discord, and follow my Twitter and Instagram, and I hope you all have a great day.
What are you going to do?